don't know if this is going to be a problem for YouTube because of the possibly copyrighted material going on in the background. But, hi, puppy. Hi. I got Wren in the studio today for a little bit, packaging up this painting, and, yeah. Sugar, honey, ice, and tea. Man, that jazz is distracting, but I do want to talk about it in a minute. But this is one of those paintings I just did not think I was going to sell. It's actually inspired by me wearing socks that were like this shade of pink, and then my green shoes that were like this shade of green. And it was like a weird combination that I really liked. And then I made a painting, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And then I altered it and just went with it, rolled with it, and really liked the outcome. And this is going to Utah, so shipping that out today. And this puppy is accompanying me, and the jazz we'll talk about later. Wren, come here. Come here. Yeah. Okay, so first off, this I think is the best package I've ever put together. I finally figured out a process that works really, really well. It is like super solid and also cushiony and like secure. It's just like, yeah, it's super secure, not flimsy, and seems legit. Like, I really like it. So I take cardboard, cut it to size, put that on both sides. I don't want to show the other side, so I don't want to dox anyone here by accident, but yeah, both sides. And then bubble wrap all the way around, then plastic wrap all the way around once. Then I put the address sheet on there, then bubble wrap it the other direction, and then packing tape. Yeah, I'm just happy with that. Anyway, so I brought up jazz. So I watched Whiplash for like the third or fourth time a couple weeks back, and I really like it. I really like the songs that they are playing in that movie. And I was like, man, I've just never been able to get into jazz, but then I never really researched it much. I just heard a little bit here and there, and I wasn't really a fan. And then, I mean, every time I watch it, I'm like, I'm going to start researching some jazz. Like, it'd be easy to find out what songs they were playing. Like, Caravan was one of them, Whiplash was another. There's some other ones that they mentioned, I think. So it'd be easy to do that, but I just never did it. And then, actually, I met this dude at the dog park, and his dog and Wren are friends. And what's up, Farley? Anyway, and we started talking one day, and he was telling me how he grew up playing jazz, listens to jazz. He's into some other stuff as well. Actually, it's because he's wearing a Comeback Kid t-shirt. That's why we started talking about music. And I think he said for the first, like, I don't know how many years of his life, he was only allowed to play jazz, like, on whatever instruments he plays. I'm assuming it's numerous. But, and I was telling him, like, yeah, I kind of, like, this is the thing. And he's like, oh, you're looking for, like, hot and sweet jazz. And I think they're separate things, hot jazz and sweet jazz. I'm not sure. I'm still, whatever, but, like, big band jazz. He's like, yeah, if you like the stuff in Whiplash, that's what you're looking for. And then I finally decided to go looking for it. And I found, like, a Reddit thread, and they had, like, a bunch of suggestions on there. So I've been checking those out, and I'm listening to one of them right now, a live album. I don't remember Thad. It's like two dudes. I forget their name right now. But if you happen to have any more jazz suggestions, I'm enjoying it. I do like some of the solo, just really soft, smooth stuff. And I do like that big band style as well. What I don't like, I'm finding what I don't like, and it's because I listened to some John Coltrane. I think it was Blue Train is what it is. I'm not liking when there's like a horn that is like super dominant and it feels like it's soloing the whole time. I don't like that at all. Like dominant is fine when it settles into a groove, but I don't like this like sporadic feel across the rest of the song structure that's like so smooth and nice, and then you've got this just like that's my mouth sax or whatever. But yeah, I'm not a fan of when it's like sporadic soloing over top like the entire song. It's weird to me. So that I'm not a fan of, unfortunately. Or at least that part of Blue Train that I listened to, which was like the first half, had a lot of that. So anyway, if you have some Yaz suggestions, you should let me know. But I don't know if it's because like I'm an old man or what, but it seemed like the time to get into some jazz. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the, I would never. It's one of those things like I wouldn't listen to it in the car. I don't think even if I was on like a longer drive, but in the studio I can see myself listening to it. And like while I was like doing stuff at Rebecca's house, just like in the morning and at night, I could probably see myself just listening to it while I'm like doing some like computer work or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of nice just to have it in the background. But I am on this journey to figure out what I like and what I don't like, and that's annoying to me. Doing research of that nature is annoying to me because it just is. I just want to like get the right thing that I like and just dig it and listen to it, and that's it. But that's not how it works. Anyway, that's my jazz story. Well, I am in a very small village. I shouldn't say a very small village. I was about to say I'm in a very small town. I am in a village. Subbing 2 different schools in 2 different locations today. I don't know if they're both villages or just this one, but this one's a village. They call themselves one. The other place I was at, I'm assuming is just a town, but I don't know. I didn't check the population. I didn't see a sign. It doesn't matter. It's really foggy, and apparently people here just they drive the way they want to drive, as I'm finding out. There's a grocery and a liquor store and a Pioneer Over 50 club. I don't know what that means. But, wow. This place is buck wild. This is where the land that time forgot. Yeah. It's kind of cool. However, it's also really small. Maybe that's why it's cool. I don't know. It's funny, I've been here once before. I didn't realize that until I pulled in today. But one of the first sub jobs I ever took, like years ago, was here. And it was also foggy that day. And it was also, I guess we're not in October anymore. It's November now, but it was October. And I remember going into this place and being like, wow. Like it was just like some Stephen King shit. Just the mist, It was wild. Man, I keep saying it's wild, but it's wild because there's just nothing here. It's just so quiet. And there's like a pink house. I guess that's kind of cool. It's about as crazy as it gets here. There was a flag waving, a big flag on somebody's porch. And I couldn't tell what it was. It was camo flag, and when I pulled up closer, it said, Old Milwaukee Beer. So, that's where we are, That's where we be. Whoa, that's no good. We're at the vet, right? We're at the vet. So, I don't remember if I told you why Wren was going to the vet in the first place, but she got injured somehow at the dog park wrestling. I didn't hear or notice anything when it happened, and Rebecca noticed the next day that she had a little limp, and I was like, oh no. Like, we went to the dog park yesterday, it must have been that, because it wasn't from her getting injured like when we were sprinting, or when she was sprinting and running like on a pops and hiking trail type scenario, because yeah, she would have noticed that. And then like she was fine. Then the next day we went to the dog park, and then afterwards she was not as fine. It hasn't been slowing her down any at all, which is kind of the problem, because if it was just like a sprain or some soft tissue damage type thing, nothing huge, she still needs time to heal by like staying off it. And she's limping a bit, but she's putting weight on it still. Like she's favoring one side over the other, but like she's still putting weight on it. She's still jumping around. She wants to just resume normal activity. It doesn't hurt her enough that she is staying off it and resting it. But so there were a couple days, like 3 days, where we kind of chilled. We didn't go to the dog park. We didn't do anything crazy for like a hike or a walk or whatever she was running. And then it seemed to get better. And then we took her out to Popson, and then she just had the zoomies like crazy. We went on like an hour hike on a trail, and so she was jumping off rocks and whatever. She was good. Like, she was solid. Limp didn't come back. But then we, on the way back from Popson to the car, still in Popson. So on the way back from the trail to the car, there was this big dog. Like, she wrestles with bigger dogs all the time, and she's fine. But there's this big, 100-pound dog, just twice her size, and they were wrestling around, and she was good. But then she yelped, and she's not very vocal. Like, she rarely ever barks or yelps in pain or anything. So then there was this yelp in pain, and then it was like, oh no, what happened? And then she was limping again after that. And it's been a week since then of just rest and chill, and she's still not good. So that's why I took her to the vet. Because just staying off of it, it's also really hard because she has a certain amount of puppy energy too that she just needs to get out. And so she's getting restless by resting so much at home, still going for a short walk in the morning, but that's a 15-minute thing, and 10 minutes in she's still limping. So yeah. They didn't notice anything serious, but they couldn't find the exact source of pain either. So it's just going to be more rest and some pain meds, anti-inflammatory, and some sedatives to make her chill, which is kind of I don't know about that. We don't really know how we feel about it. And she had some last night, and she was just ripped. Her pupils were just crazy, and yeah, she was sorry, that was had to give someone the nod there. Yeah, her pupils were huge, and she was just too chill, so chill. It was ridiculous. She just didn't move much when she did. Everything was in slow motion. So it was I don't know if you want to half that or what. But yeah, Rebecca brought up having the dosage possibly, and I was yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's why she was at the vet. That's where she's at. I wanted to make a little more of a formal video for this, but this is what we're going to do. So I started to Buy Me a Coffee. I started an account on Buy Me for a Coffee on that platform. And first of all, I'll tell you what that is and then why I did it. So what it is a platform that gives you a way to donate money to me, so I can buy things like art supplies, vlog videos, supplies, maintaining my mountain bike, doing maintenance and stuff like that. I mean, in reality, I could spend that money on anything, but those are the reasons why I started this platform, so that people who have shown interest in donating to my creative endeavors and also mountain bike videos can do that, but there's not a specific product that you will receive in return. Unlike something like Patreon, where you are subscribing and you're like a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or something where you could be getting something in return for your money. So the reason that I started it, and then I'll tell you again the reason why I specifically chose Buy Me a Coffee. The reason that I started it was because I've had a couple people, other creatives, tell me that there's certain content that I was putting out, videos, podcast, whatever, that they could see people, or that they thought they would donate money to that, they would pay for that product. But I don't want to do a subscription type service, if you pay for it, then you'll get the podcast or something, and quality content is debatable, but they thought so. So they were saying yeah, I would totally pay for that. You're putting out the stuff that I really enjoy on a weekly basis. You should start a Patreon or something. And so that was a couple of years ago that this started. Also with the mountain bike videos, I've had a lot of people talk to me online, and a lot of people locally in Lethbridge also approach me in person to tell me how much they appreciate that And then one or two people also mentioned there, like, if you had like a Patreon or something like that, and a Patreon's just like the go-to name, right? But it wasn't the right platform for me. The thing about the mountain bike videos too is not just videos of me like shredding or something, it's showing the trails. And the reason I did that is because when I moved here and then started mountain biking after that, I didn't know, just based off of like the apps available and the trail stuff available, people didn't contribute enough to the descriptions of the trails, or pictures or videos that showed the difficulty levels of these trails. So they're rated with difficulty levels, but I don't know sometimes, is it difficult because it's a crazy descent, or is it because it's a huge climb, or are there obstacles, are there drops, like is it really bumpy? There's so many different things. So I started documenting the trails, and that's why people have been saying, like, I really appreciate that content. But I don't want to put it behind a paywall. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and giving that content for free because I believe it's useful, but giving people the option, if they so choose to donate, then I would put that money towards maintaining my mountain bike or maintaining my camera equipment or programs for video editing, but also art supplies because some people are talking about that as a thing they want to support. Now, you could also just go on my Etsy and or my Facebook or my Instagram and look at for sale albums and look at the things that I have for sale that are art. And if you just bought my art and you received art as that product, I would be more than happy. But some people don't necessarily want that physical product, or they just want to give like $5, and that's just what they want to do. I'm like, that would be amazing. I would love $5, and that can go towards even just like putting like a new tube in my tire and like for my mountain bike. I get flats sometimes. I'm not rocking tubeless yet because, again, that's an expense that I haven't made that jump to tubeless yet, to a tubeless system. So anyway, that's what that's all about, and I specifically chose Buy Me a Coffee because it allows for this exchange, or less of an exchange. There's no promise of a product that I have to give. If that means there's nothing behind a paywall, I can keep doing what I'm doing, and if you want to throw some money at me to help me do what I do because you enjoy what I do and you just want to support what I do, then you can do that. So I think that's all I have to say about that. You can find that link on my link tree. So in the video description for YouTube, that is there. My link tree is there, and you can see it says donate, buy me a coffee. I think it's like the top link on my link tree. You can go to Instagram, my Instagram bio, there is the link for my link tree there as well. Facebook, same thing. So you can find my link tree, and there at the top is donate, buy me a coffee. You can go there. I'm going to have some updates there, and there is a section for commissioned stuff. So I'll explain that in the posts on Buy Me a Coffee, but there is like a section where you can see posts where I've written things and updated things. So we're going to try that out for a bit, but it is the best platform that I found for what I'm giving, what people want, and what I'm really most comfortable with, because I don't want to put anything behind a paywall and be like, oh, you're a VIP member, or you subscribe at this amount, so you get another video. I can't commit to doing even like videos, like mountain bike videos, or trying a different trail every single week. I can't commit to that because part of it is weather dependent, part of it is health, part of it is like time with like how much am I working, and like what if I was injured, and like so there's just a lot of things I can't do on like a subscription basis. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. The vlog. There's two other videos this week. One is a review of Fight Club, the movie slash book. I've watched it lots, and I finally got around to doing a review. So that's there. Again, it'll always tell you when there's spoilers, and I try to sell you on watching the movie first, / reading the book, but mostly it's geared towards the movie, although I have read the book as well. So that's there, and also there's a conversation about this quote that I found very fitting, but I kind of altered it, and the quote was from an author who said, I am an artist and nothing else interests me. And I changed that to, I am an artist and little else interests me, and I started kind of this conversation about how I see the world, what lens I'm looking through, and how I operate in the world because of how I am, I guess. But that's there. So that's pretty much it. So we'll see you on another time.